ever visit.
You should. I mean, and try to get to Boulder. I don't know anything about Fort Collins, but Boulder is my understanding. In Gold City, we went to Gold City. It's a very small town, um, and it's just beautiful. There's something there about the Rocky Mountains there, and they have quartz in the mountains. Is a lot of their geology there is very special as far as this country is concerned. I think it's probably the most one of the most magical mountain ranges that we have in this country. We have a lot. We have the Alleghenies, we have the Blue Mountains. Don't get me wrong; they're beautiful, but this is magical, and I think you would appreciate it, especially there. So
Right.
I would go during April. I mean, don't go in the winter because the driving, they have, I'm not sure what the snow, we went in April. It was lovely. We went towards April, mid-April, but it's still snow. There was still snow
Yeah.
on coming down. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Yeah,
Yeah.
and stuff.
I,
So
I feel May, June is nice,
May, June
or
would be lovely. I could imagine it'd be
yeah,
lovely there. Yeah, yeah.
yeah, or fall, or like
Oh,
fall,
fall would be
September, October.
gorgeous. Yes,
Yeah.
yes,
Before we start talking about anything, I just wanna say hi to all my friends and who lost their jobs recently in US. I know many of them. I just wanna tell you guys that I don't know what to tell you, but I'm sending you love on this Valentine's Day, and I just feel for you. I want to cry, literally. It's anyway. I'm very emotional, although I'm not going through this personally, but I really feel for all these people who lost their
yeah.
jobs and the way they lost them. And I just want to send them
Hmm.
love and
Thank you for that.
support and hugs and positive energy.
I have friends too that lost their jobs and or losing their jobs in the process of being notified that they're the end dates
Yeah,
and so on. So this rocky road that we're going through, we know it will be that, and it will be there for some time, but it's something that we will get through, and we'll get through together. And the reason why we will get through it together because we are experiencing it together.
yes,
This is that's to me it sounds harsh, but it's the beauty of it because typically the weight of some things usually falls on one group. This is falling on everyone's shoulders. So this means that we all have to stand up and say, okay, what are we gonna do now together?
yeah,
If
yeah.
we value
Uh,
democracy, we'll stand up together and defend democracy.
Astrologically speaking, I feel that many of these things started during retrogrades, and
Hmm.
we are waiting for the resolution when Mars goes direct, after, when the eclipse season is over, when Mars Pluto opposition finalizes, and when Uranus goes again on Algol for the third time,
Oh,
and
when is
stuff like
that?
that. I think in
Oh, we got
April.
time. Very good. Very good.
Yeah, but I'm just saying. So the next couple of months, we're gonna see
Yeah.
some kind of not a resolution, but the
Yes.
final act of
Yes.
everything that is happening. So because things happen initiated during retrogrades, they usually then some kind of resolution comes when they go direct,
When they go direct. Yes.
and
Yes.
eclipses are here, a bunch of stuff is happening until May. So let's see what happens. I just feel
Hmm.
that it's kind of everything is still possible, so don't lose hope. That's kind of
No.
my message.
Yeah,
That's my
good.
message.
That's what I was giving. Don't lose hope. And in order for us to actually, I was talking to Ann the other day and said, to me this reminds me of the bow and arrow when you have to pull back, pull back, pull back, pull back, and then you release the arrow. You go farther than what you were at the beginning.
Yes,
So
yes,
right now, I have to admit though, right now this is tough times for people who have family mortgages, just have all the responsibilities that we all have, and then your job is ripped out from underneath you, and you can't be certain that someone is of a man of their word. Well, you can be certain that they're not. That will pay out your fees. So this is something where we'll have to help one another through this, and it's just tough going.
yeah,
This is tough going, but
okay,
this will galvanize us, and we know, like you were saying, I was talking to friends in the neighborhood, friends on the phone. We know this is not a long term thing. This is a short term, high pain, but short term.
I'm
So
still waiting for the third act. I think we had
yes,
the introduction, we had the peak, and we still have to see the how this will all
yeah,
evolve. Like
yeah,
the final act. When you
right,
have
yeah,
introduction, peak, and then
yes.
finding who the killer is.
Yeah, yes, yes, yes. Yeah, like those movies. Yeah, it's like a play. It's like a play. Yeah, it's a play.
Yes.
Hmm.
So that's just my thought on everything on this. On another note, I just want to say that it was lovely to see Anne back, and you guys, I really enjoyed it. I missed the first part, and I go and rewatched it again.
Oh,
It
yeah,
was
it
so
was good to
lovely to see you.
it was good to
Uh,
be together again, you know. And I realized, I think for us, I gotta check my notes, but I think she and I've been doing this for 10 years now, almost. Because I remember when we first started, and then I realized this is 2025, because I talked to
mm,
Ann off air, you know, after we finished, and I said, and she said,
yeah,
talking about, you know, we talking about our ages, and I was like, "Good night, nurse. When did that happen? When did we get this?" You know what I mean? And then I realized, you know what, you know how much time has transpired, and it's and you know, and you know, we've had our stops and starts because of, you know, life stuff, you know, whatever. But we realize now that we're at a place where what we're all doing together is so valuable for everyone, so valuable.
yes, yes.
And stuff. She said she thinks you're so cute. I said, yeah, Jasmine is cute. She's young. Yeah, of course she's cute. You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, thank you, Anna. Anne was actually my mentor through OPA. I had
Okay.
mentorship with her last year. Yeah, yeah. So you know, she has this
Oh,
private mentorship. So I was one of her
yes.
proteges last year, and I learned so much from her. And
Ah, yes.
she
She's
gave us all a reading in the price. I mean, it was really beautiful, and she was
very
so
good.
generous with her knowledge and her time, and I really appreciate her, you know, for everything. So beautiful. Um, on a good note as well, let's start with something positive. And first of all, positive thing is that Mercury is now in Pisces. And usually it wouldn't be a positive thing because Mercury doesn't really like to be in Pisces. Mercury is very logical and rational. Pisces are not.
Right.
But I think we really need this now
Uh-huh.
because we had a lot of Aquarian energy, a lot of uh, Jupiter in Gemini, a lot of ideas, thoughts, a lot of things were happening. Pluto and Mercury met together, you know, a lot of intense thoughts.
Yes.
So I think we need this release
Yeah.
with this Mercury. For this time, it's good. And I
Uh,
just want to, I put a few notes of what the Mercury in Pisces is
Oh, good, good.
because I want to kind you guys to embrace it because Mercury is going to go into Aries and then he's going to go retrograde back to Pisces as well. So we're going to feel this Mercury in Pisces for a little bit longer and it's going to go retrograde
Okay.
and we're going to, you know, we're going to rethink these ideas of Mercury in Pisces. So although it's a difficult position, the difficult position is because it dissolves logic. So common sense and logic kind of doesn't go along with it. So rational things are not, he's not familiar with rational things as well. He's very sensitive, uh, but a very strong imagination, very poetic.
Right.
It's creating with words from the imagination.
Okay.
So it's beautiful for creative writing, for journaling, for putting your vision and dreams, conveying that message through art, through words, through written things. So it's you know it's good that you kind of connect as well, especially connect with your spiritual guides and write things down and channel them with Mercury in Pisces, with Neptune there, with the North Node there. Sun is coming into Pisces in a couple of days as well. So we're going to have this strong Piscean energy. Saturn is still there, right? So I think this Mercury is just going to give an addition to think about our vision and dreams, and 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 maybe find a way to cope with harsh reality through our fantasies and
Yeah.
imagination and just our creativity.
Yes. Yes. Good, good.
Uh, yeah. So you know, he doesn't really like facts. He's a lot of it's about magic. It's about mystic things. It's about diving into spiritual as well.
Mhm.
So I think we need a little bit of that because I think the harsh reality was too harsh, and I think we need to kind of give
Right.
ourselves a break because March and April we're gonna have this effect that's gonna be too harsh maybe or too something. So we need this balance of going between Aries and Pisces and finding the balance between acting and then retrieving and thinking what do we feel about our actions. So it's going to be a lot of that. And Venus also goes retrograde. She's now in Aries. She's going to go back to Pisces. So they're going to be retrograde at the same time in the same signs, which is
Oh,
which is a story for another
Yes, it sounds like a story there. Yeah, that's a
for
lot
another
to.
time.
Okay, all
But
right.
let's just kind of go with this. So with Mercury, so I'm going to mention just Mercury retrograde in Pisces because it's going to happen. What does that kind of mean? So when he's retrograde, he likes to speak in another forms, not in verbal. So maybe think about uh, pantomimics. How do you say that? You know, unverbal communication. That's very Mercury in Pisces. Just look at how people, you know, facial expressions, you know, those little. So that's going to be as well how they move.
Okay,
You know, so that's going to be
body language, and
body.
so on. Oh,
Yes.
okay.
Okay, speaking in metaphors. So it's going to be a lot of, you know, we're going to talk about using metaphors or some kind of sayings, proverbs, or something to express ourselves through stories, through, you know, analogy. That's why I think astrology is very good. I think Mercury Pisces is good for astrologers and astrology because we can use archetypes to express
Yes,
through stories what is happening.
right.
So that's a
Oh, I like.
positive thing. It's very descriptive.
Mm-hmm.
It's very descriptive. It's very, you know, it's like writing a prose. You know,
Yeah,
if that's what you say it, right?
right.
It's very good for people who speak many languages. For example, they can then express themselves in multilingual, you know, their imagination through multi-languages and stuff. So I just want to mention this a little bit of, because we have Mercury just entered Pisces this morning, and I thought it's a good thing to give him a little bit of space
Yes,
today
right.
to honor him.
Yeah, yes. May help him. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's nice to help that. You know, and I think the nonverbal communication is something to actually is good because that's I think something we need to. It's we all benefit from that when we sort of do a little bit more observing and watching how things are and give it some time. And when I say that, I mean for me, I try to put a set aside what I think automatically my prejudging or whatever, and just observe clearly and neutrally from a space of neutrality. And then I
Mhm.
seem to learn more and get more, um, also nonverbal cues I get. This is things that I couldn't get by if I didn't have my filters all on. And he's saying what it should be. It's clearer than what it would be.
Yes, I think Mercury in Pisces is a very good listener
Yeah.
as well. Uh,
Yes. Yeah.
so
It would
we
be.
can practice. We can practice to listen. You know,
Yeah.
what is, you know,
Active
active
listening.
listening actually.
Active listening.
Yeah,
And wouldn't this be good for creative too? I mean, to me, for creative
very,
endeavors, for those who are
very.
writing or thinking of those things that you want to do creatively, I think
Mm.
this would be. I know I'm feeling that way right now. I'm feeling very, got a couple ideas for short stories. I'm like, ooh, kind of things. Yeah,
Any
things to.
get it all out, get it all, especially because Mercury, you're a Gemini, Mercury is your
Right.
ruler. So think about now you have to get out of the rational and go into
Yes.
imaginative, right? Or doing something creative, something, whatever, it, makes your heart happy,
Right.
right? Um, Mercury is also in verbal communication, is more empathetic and kind, and more softer.
Yeah.
You know, we had Mercury in Aquarius, who's very sharp. He's very,
Yeah.
say it as it is.
Sharp and clear.
Debating a lot and
Yeah.
debating a lot. This Mercury, he's more listening. He's just giving you soft words, and so let's practice that while Mercury is in Pisces. I
Yeah.
would say that. Um, uh, Beautiful weekend ahead as
Oh,
well. So why it's beautiful?
nice.
Why I think we need this weekend kind of to give ourselves a break a
Yes.
little bit.
Yeah.
Moon is
I
going to be
agree.
Libra, okay, and I know you have a Moon in Libra.
I
So
do.
Moon in Libra really likes peace and harmony and connecting with others, and um, let's try to avoid any type of confrontations. Mercury is now in Pisces, Moon is in Libra. Moon in Libra is going to make a lovely aspect to Pluto and to Jupiter this weekend. Yes, it's going to oppose Venus and square Mars. Maybe that's not the best, but in general, let's focus on Libra qualities. qualities. I know Venus is in Aries, ruling this moon, so she's feisty, she's passionate, she's
Okay.
impatient, so we might feel a little bit of restless. But let's find that something passionate that we can do with others, or something in a nice way. Let's try, at least.
Well,
That's
I'd say let me add a little bit more quality to nice,
yes,
productive way.
yes.
You know what I mean? So yeah, I think that's something we could do. Yeah, that's
Very good.
excellent.
Yeah, it's good for connecting, networking,
Networking,
just
yeah, okay.
right.
And it's good for those who perhaps have a challenge with, you may be invited to a party or someplace and you're not used to being the one to initiate or speak. This energy may get you out there. You know what I mean? It may be awkward at first, but at least you hear yourself and you could get out there and get involved in the stream of things. You know.
Yeah, I know it is time to kind of speak up. As you mentioned, Venus in Aries ruling this moon. It is time kind of to say it, but you can always, there is a way to say things. So if you go on a nicer side, I think this could be a beautiful weekend where you connect with people and just share some connections. Just through stories. Remember, we said Mercury is in Pisces. Tell
Yeah.
stories, like you started this today's chat with your story from Colorado. I think
Yeah.
those kind of
Yeah.
things. Talk about your experiences, connect to people through, and share your
Yeah.
stories from the past. It's always kind of nice to hear, right? And
Yeah. Yes.
right.
I've been in
So
that storytelling mood lately, and it's been because it's easy. It's just I realize I got quite a few stories, and some of them are funny and humorous, but it's sort of actually something people can relate to, and then usually when you relate a story, people will share theirs. They'll then come out
right.
and say, "Oh, I have a story that's similar to that," or if needed. So that's good. I'm always good
Yeah.
to have that.
Yeah, and then on Monday as well, we
Hmm.
have Moon in Libra still for us here until 7:20 p.m. when she goes to Scorpio, and just before that, she's gonna trine. So Moon and Sun are gonna be in a lovely trine, and that's gonna be lovely. So I think the next 3 days, if we use the energy well, we can have some really nice things happening in our
Oh,
lives.
good, good.
Okay, and it's a
It
long weekend.
is.
Go, and I suggest that meet some friends, go visit somebody, connect with people, and just you know try to have a peaceful, nice, fulfilling something. Meet with people who can charge your energies, who can charge your batteries, and you can kind of uh, get your cup full this
Mhm.
weekend with positivity and nice things, and because it's going to be it is what it is later on, right?
Yeah, and this is
So
this is good how this came in time because we were, I think, a little spent these past few weeks. January, since January, we've been spent. We've been having to deal with a lot of incomings, a lot of surprises. So we now seem like we have a little bit of time in between the next storm to breathe. Plug in, recharge that battery in the ways you can. It could be with friends and family. It could be with reconnecting to yourself and to your inner world.
absolutely, absolutely.
And like I said, the fantasy world. So now we have an excuse. I don't need much of an excuse, but I love diving into fantasy world. So now I got an excuse like, well, Jasmina said it's good to go into the fantasy. So
I
that's a way to,
Yes, I did. Yes, I did.
yes.
And we can,
So
watch a movie. Go to
yes,
watch a movie. Do
yeah.
something. Listen
Escape
to
a little bit. Yes.
uh,
Hmm.
listen to a concert.
Right.
Put it on your
Yeah.
TV screen, some
Yeah.
concert, and then watch something that you enjoy,
And
some
rock out
music
to
that you like,
it. Yeah.
right?
Exactly.
So
Yes.
stuff like that. It doesn't have to be always all productive. Push,
Yeah.
push, push. Go, go, go.
Yes.
You can
Yeah. Have a little
have a
fun. Yeah.
yes,
Yeah.
right.
And I think, it's
That
important too, Jasmina, we have to give our left brain on that critical thinking, give that side of ourselves a little rest. He or she's been overactive. Let that one just have a minute, little vacay, and let your childlike side come out and have a, you know what I
I
mean,
like
and
that.
have some fun. Because I know mine, I'm speaking for myself. It's been, even though I wasn't well, it was still very active, a little bit too active. So now I told it this weekend, you're on vacation. You're offline, and we're gonna have some fun
Good,
and take it easy. I
good.
didn't want to do today, so I'll even put the garbage out tonight. So I just want to come in here and have this conversation with all of us, and have that cozy, nurturing feel right now.
I like
This
that.
is We need, and this is
Yeah.
Friday's Valentine's Day. It's Venus's day. We
Yes.
need to, love up ourselves, love up a little bit,
Yes.
love up a
Love is
lot.
love. Yeah, love of a lot. Yes. Yes, that's for sure.
Yes.
So, and you know what is good about love?
What?
You know, you can never use it up.
Right.
You can as much as you
Oh,
share. Not only
yes.
that, you cannot use it up. It multiplies. What?
Yes. Oh, Becky said,
So,
happy birthday, Becky Hughes. She said 211 was her birthday, and she's seeing lots of old
oh,
friends. That's great. Okay.
excellent. Happy solar return.
Yes.
Many
Now, hold on.
blessings.
We got a question here from Renee Josephine. She says she could ask, her sun is in 19 degrees Pisces. Can you please tell me when Venus is at 19 degrees this passed through? I'd like to use that energy for my art project. Oh, she has a major art project since her sun is in the fifth house. Thanks.
uh, he's 19 degrees Pisces,
She
so Venus
is.
already,
Yeah. Yeah.
yes, so
Uh-huh.
the Venus already passed, and Venus will not go back to that degree. She will go retrograde up to 24 degrees of Pisces.
Ah.
So it's done for the
Okay.
19 degrees. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. I actually did a video today on YouTube for Venus retrograde for all 12
You
signs.
did. Okay.
Yes, if you want to tune in, you can go there and see what I was chatting about and what are the effects for Venus retrograde. Yes, so what I wanted to mention as well, on Tuesday, we have Sun moving into Pisces. So Mercury today and Sun on Tuesday. So we're going to have a huge shift beginning of next week of this Piscean energy. So imagine, you're going to have Sun, you're going to have Saturn, Mercury, Neptune, and the Node. And we have the new moon
Neptune
coming.
and the node.
Yes,
Wow. Okay.
and the North
All
Node
move, all moving into Neptune
into
and Pisces.
Pisces.
Okay. That's right.
Yeah,
Pisces. Pisces.
yeah. And then on the 27th, we're gonna have moon. So we're gonna have a new moon in Pisces also coming to the picture. So we are definitely this week entering this Piscean energy, and
Hmm.
uh, Piscean energy. Let me see what can I tell you more about Piscean energy.
Take your time.
Um, just to talk about a little
Yeah.
more
Yeah.
about Pisces,
Yes.
Pisces energy because it's very going to be
It's,
strong,
I
and
see. Yeah.
it's coming. It's end of the cycle. So always when you think about Pisces, it's end of the cycle. Okay,
Right.
right?
Oh. Okay.
Okay. So I want to. So if you think about the symbol of Pisces, the glyph, right? The glyph is two fishes,
Mm-hmm.
one going upstream, the other one
Right.
downstream.
Yeah.
Okay,
Uh-huh.
it's made of two crescents of spirituality, one facing inwards and the other outwards. They are joined with a line that links the conscious with the unconscious.
Oh, yes. I remember that from, yes. Okay.
So that is the glyph of Pisces. So
Mm-hmm.
think about that. So it's combining unconscious and conscious, and yes. So also watch out. So I'm gonna do everything that I have here for Pisces. Physical. So Pisces rule feet, heels, and a lymph nodes. So during Pisces season, just take care of more. Just soak your feet more, or
Yes. Yeah.
make sure that you have,
Yes. Baking soda. That's baking soda foot baths. Yeah.
uh, also, I know this sounds funny, but wear more comfortable shoes during Pisces season.
Mm.
Avoid heels, avoid anything that makes your feet, just comfy, comfy boots, comfy whatever. It's very important.
Hey, wifey.
It also says that Pisces is a sign of extremes. It's either a saint or a sinner. You can call
Really?
that.
Okay.
Yes.
I didn't know that about Pisces.
Yeah.
Okay.
It can be shy and inhibited, unsure of themselves, like strong Piscean energy. And it's always looking for something more meaningful,
Mm-hmm.
deeper,
Okay.
spiritual. So the mundanity of everyday work or routine is never enough for them. It's
Right.
just boring. So
Yeah.
they're always looking for something beyond that.
Oh, okay. I can see that. Yeah.
Looking
Mhm.
for omens.
Oh.
So looking always for signs and omens, what is happening. That's Piscean energy. So watch out, especially when Venus and Mercury go retrograde in Pisces. You're gonna get some maybe things popping up from your past, people, situations, conversations. It will give you some omens and signs that you missed maybe
Oh.
before.
Okay.
Okay.
Good heads up.
Yeah. So it's a side of meaning,
Of
unconsciousness,
meaning. Of
of
meaning.
yeah.
Okay.
Because remember, Jupiter is the traditional ruler of Pisces.
Yeah.
Jupiter
Yeah. I always that
also
always trips me. I never quite got that. I don't know why. That's one of the ones I didn't get as a rulership. That it was Jupiter. But then it is. Not like they need me to agree to it. But that one struck me as odd for some reason.
well,
Yeah. I have to be
Jupiter's
reminded.
are Jupiter is our teacher, spiritual teacher. So they're
It's the
priests in
guru.
that sense.
Yes. Yeah.
So in like a spiritual
Yes.
leaders. That's
Yeah.
Jupiter because they are wise. They're spiritual wise.
Yes.
Let's say, right? So,
Right.
ruling the Sagittarius, Jupiter is more experienced wise,
Right.
but ruling the Piscean is more unconsciously connected with the higher power wise. Okay, that's the difference. That's how
Yes.
I feel. It's the difference.
Thank you. That gives me a greater attachment to it, to the
Okay.
understanding of it. Yeah, yeah. Because I know it's, in the Vedic astrology, is considered the guru planet. You know what I mean? It is like you said, yeah, the mass, yeah, the wise. Okay. All right. Good.
So the good side of Pisces that it's mutable sign, it's
Beautiful. Yeah.
flexible, it's
Yes.
adaptable,
It
it's
is.
easygoing.
Mm-hmm.
My dad is a Piscean, and he says Pisces get along with everybody, and it's true because they just, you know why they get along with everybody? Because they can shut down their brain so easily. They don't even listen to anybody. Everything they go in their own world. They're
Yes.
protecting themselves by
Yeah.
going in their own world.
They do have that
That's why,
ability. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
and they just shut, and then they're like, of course they get along. They don't even hear what's
Yeah. They're
happening
not
or
listening to you.
understand.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
You
You
know,
said you get along with everyone when you shut them
yeah.
out. Yeah, that's true.
That's
Okay.
what they're the dreamers, right?
Right.
Uh,
Right.
yeah. So it says in my notes sometimes they're too easygoing.
Yeah.
It means like they're not doing anything. They're very passive in that
Yeah.
sense. Like
Mm-hmm.
just
Mm-hmm.
whatever. I don't care. Like you have to have some kind of they're very tolerant of everybody. And I could adjust. I can see that. Although they can have their strong opinions or whatever, they're gonna tolerate you. They're really, the sign who kind of understands because they're the last sign of everything. They kind of understand all of it. Like they have a little piece of each sign to
Yeah.
be themselves, right?
Gotcha. Uh-huh.
And have
Yeah.
understanding for
Right.
them.
They've watched all the other signs go through their stuff, so they just sort of like accumulated that information.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They also are flexible in having multiple feelings at the same time. Okay. So sometimes it's hard for them to define if they're working on with their intuition, with the instinct, with empathy, or is this what I want? So they don't understand. Is this something they want, or they're just empathetic towards others,
Yes.
or is
Yes.
intuition telling them so they can be confused in that sense,
I
right?
got that. Get that. Uh-huh. Okay.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
They're ultimate romantics. So during
Oh,
the Piscean season, we need to be more romantic,
yeah.
one way or another. So I like that. And the thing is, they see romance everywhere. They have like these rose glasses, and they're just enjoying life. Um, they can feel like they can show an unconditional love, the best from all the other
Oh,
side, from all the other signs, like having this unconditional love
yeah.
because they're connected with higher things and very intuitive anyway. On the other side, there can be self-pity because, we're all humans and they're also humans. And they can, that this energy can also give us, oh, I sacrificed myself for you. I did. And this is a thank I get. So they can go into victim mode as
I
well
see.
and have this. So it depends. So beware of this energy as well. When they feel this self-pity they can go and retreat themselves in isolation.
Yeah.
But also they can go and escape through alcohol and
Oh,
drugs if they. So during Piscean season also I would drink less alcohol, avoid if you can, or just because you're more perceptive, and it's going to affect us more than usual. Okay, so they can, if they undervalue themselves, they can feeling sorry for themselves as well. So there is a thing that we can feel during Piscean season. Also, they can inflict self-pity on others as well. So that's, nobody likes me, nobody, feels sorry for me, nobody had understand. So that they can be, that kind of on the negative side.
Yes.
But
I have experienced.
yeah, yeah, right. So it could be, every sign has a shadow side as well.
Absolutely.
But
Yeah.
but let's focus on positive. So they see beauty and compassion and love and empathy with everything, with the environment, animals, even more than humans, right? So they,
Yes.
maybe we should also think about, that we are, what is this world made of? I truly believe that there were some things, when you talk to the plants, they grow better. So they're alive.
Absolutely.
So
Yeah.
everything alive, you need to kind of feel this love for everything alive, for the whole world, as
For living
this
kind.
Piscean
Yeah,
energy.
living kind, not just
Right.
human kind. It's living kind. Everything
Yes.
that's living.
Yes.
Yeah.
They need to care about something or somebody, because they're also, they're opposite of Virgo. So there's this need to serve others in one way or another. So Piscean also have that.
Right.
They can feel alone, even with people, kind of, feel lonely, even with people. They kind of have this feeling as well. Yeah, so when they get some, because they're very sensitive, sensual, they feel the environment, they can feel the senses from this realm, other realms, all the realms, from
Right.
everybody.
Yes. Yeah.
They have these receptors like sponges.
Yes.
If there's no boundaries, which they have hard times, setting boundaries, they get lost. They're not in touch with outside world in the proper way. Yes. And then of course they get addicted, because they go so deep. There's no boundaries, so they get addicted to everything. They can be addicted to love, addicted to empathy, and then just like go too much. Like
Right.
there's no,
Okay.
yeah. So of course, romance movies, we can cry more during Piscean season. So because we feel the empathy for the sufferings of people who are suffering in one way or another, we're going to feel that more. Okay. They usually operate behind the scenes, because they are, they're not out there showing what they're doing. Yeah, so as I mentioned, they lack boundaries.
So I would imagine sometimes they feel like they're not appreciated also for all they give.
Yes. But, as remember, we've talked about it. You need to give from your heart and receive from your heart. If you feel that you cannot do it, then just don't do it. And they can't distinguish the difference. So that's the
Okay.
So they can get wiped out and drained. They can
drained.
be really
Yes.
energetically drained for giving too much, right? So they need to recharge.
Because they give and give. Yeah, I have a good friend who's I have a couple of Piscean friends, but one really, I have to tell you got to, it's she means it from the best place, but she becomes spent, and then she has to go in to, recharge.
Yeah. So that's going to be that as well. So I mean, when we have planets retrograde in Pisces, it's a good actually way to learn to set some boundaries in that sense, right? And give us an opportunity to go back and say, okay, what did I do wrong last time? Let's redo it. Yeah. Okay. I don't want to too much words. Anyway, so they can absorb everybody's positive and negative things. So it's very so it's very important where they, what environment. So
they're SpongeBob. So they're a SpongeBob kind of thing. Yeah.
But I thought, yes, but think about it's funny. But think about now we have so many things in Pisces in the next month, and we're going to have eclipses in Pisces. So we all collectively are going to be more like that.
Okay.
We're going to see we can negativity can be sucked on us and positivity. So we really consciously need to work on surrounding ourselves with positive things, so we sponge that. So you know what I'm saying, like consciously we need to consciously make an effort,
Okay.
because we might get lost. So
Oh,
because in general it's going to be general, that feeling, it's a lot of Piscean energy for everybody collectively. Okay.
good.
So
Okay.
so it's very important that we don't drain ourselves. Yes, empathy, but we need to find boundaries one way or another. uh yeah, so faith is very important for them. The
Fate.
meaning of faith.
Ah,
Faith, what does faith
yes.
mean? It's like, it's just part of them, right?
Okay.
So sympathy, compassion, imaginative, impressionable. They can be very impressionable and gullible, just because they're sucker. You can. So that's indecisive, self-pity, hypersensitive. Um, yeah, that's what it is. So that's. I don't want to go too further, but I just wanted to showcase a little bit of Piscean energy, so you guys understand, because this is coming this week. It's like a beginning
Yeah.
with Mercury and Sun, and it's coming up to the new moon that we have in a couple of weeks.
Good. No, I'm glad.
Also,
I'm glad you did this because this is
yeah,
important that we have a good foundation on this because I know bits and pieces, but the broader picture because we all will be in this energy, experiencing
right.
this, and we'll be like a tea bag in this energy for a while. So let's so we can
Understand
sort
it
of
better.
catch ourselves and be aware. Yes, yes, and understand
Yeah,
that those around us who also are going through the same experience, share
yeah.
this experience.
Yeah,
So I
because I was just
appreciate that.
thinking, yeah, I was just thinking today, like I really, because I want to remind myself as well,
Yeah,
what is it going to be for me, and
yeah,
how I'm going to prepare myself for
right.
this, because we are not going to be immune. None of us are going to be
No.
immune. And
Yeah.
you know how you said that the last couple of weeks were really, we were, lots of things was happening. We want to retrieve a little bit. This is also energy of full and new moon energy. So we had the full, so 2 weeks before between the new and the full moon is action, blah, blah, and now the full moon is over. Up to the next cycle, we kind of are getting rid. It's release energy. So we need to kind of slow down, release, recharge before the new cycle begins on the
Oh,
27th.
for the new moon, right, right. Okay, yes,
Yes.
as we
So
approach
so
the some. Yeah,
yes.
okay, got it.
Yes.
Thank you for that.
So we always, the first 2 weeks between the new moon and full is action, go, 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 do things, da, da, da. Then the full moon is a peak, and then the next 2 weeks are kind of like releasing,
Yeah.
and yeah. So we are in that phase, right? And on Thursday we're going to have the third quarter moon. So this is the kind of the sending the thank you notes. Remember
Right.
from that
I
Frank
do
Richard
remember.
story?
Yes,
So so
yes,
that's
yes.
so that's on Thursday. So we are sending
Okay.
the thank you notes and bye bye, and it's
Yes.
over. And after the thank you notes, you're gonna have then a 1 week to really retrieve into ourselves. It's a balsamic moon is also coming. The last, disseminating. We are just
Mm-hmm.
and it's coming up to Pisces new moon, which is going to be very sensitive and emotional anyway. A lot of water, a lot of tears, a lot of letting
Oh, it's
go of,
a
you know.
Pisces new moon?
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Sheesh.
Yeah. That's why we're going
Pisces new moons
to
can
have
be
a
a little tough. Pisces new moon, when I say tough, it could be a little, the emotions, the depth of
yes.
them could be, you
One,
can you
two,
know,
three,
have
four,
to
five.
watch for, getting overwhelmed or it's like a big wave of emotions literally coming over you and yeah, okay, thank you for that heads up.
So we're going to have 5 planets plus North Node in Pisces, and Ceres, the asteroid Ceres. She's also entering Pisces. So we're going to have like 7 things for this new moon.
Wow.
Okay.
uh uh uh
Anyway. Okay. So
wow, that's
that,
amazing.
that yeah, we'll talk about it next week probably. But I just want to mention that now, because like I just feel like we kind of need to prepare. We need to
No, I think
prepare for
so.
this.
This is big because plus it's also giving us this this sometimes this Piscean energy when we're in the fantasy part of it, we're dreaming. It does help us to dream in what we want to have to come in. So when things are leaving and whatever else, when we have a chance to rebuild and or build, we have dreamt it through the daydreaming and spent some time to because it'll start in the soul space of dreaming. So that's why you have those people who dream things into being. So and for me, I will be using some time to dream, um, to get over that. I mean, there's the nightmare part of it, but also to actually go beyond that and see, that's a dream, but to actually then from that, because you know how you have this, what do you call it, the lucid dreaming. So I think we could use some of this energy to lucidly dream, maybe not true lucid dreaming, but to work through those issues that we see that are real, go from reality to, the non-reality side, but just still the non-reality is just it's just reality that hasn't manifested sometimes. So we could go into that space to bring something into the manifest energy.
Yes. And you know how who's going to help us? Our guides, whoever. So it's very important because all of us are spiritual beings.
Yes,
I don't care what religion you are. I don't care who you worship and how you are connected with your spiritual side. And if you're not, then you need to start
actually,
being
that's
now.
indeed yes.
And just
That's let me
find
tell you.
stillness.
Yeah.
Find stillness to
Hey, real
connect.
sister. Uh huh.
A lot of psychics and intuitive people are going to have a lot of downloads now for this new moon, the whole March as well. A lot of messages, a lot of omens. As I said, it's going to be a lot of things coming your way. We will need a little bit of Virgo to discern what we are taking with us on our journey forward. But be open, open your hearts to listen. It's important. This is like entering a portal for the new future, I
It
feel.
is. I think so too. I think so too. That's why it's so much of this Piscean energy it may feel like it's overwhelming us, but it's actually making sure that we all get dumped into that baptismal pool of the new, I mean, so, and get washed off and everything else. And yeah, no, this is, again, this is good now that I know this is coming in, you know what I mean? And how big it's coming in. It's nice knowing that we have a big wave incoming. We're going to be in the big pool, the deep end of the pool. So we
Mhm.
won't be floundering and splashing about. We can be like, oh, okay, okay. How can I use
Do
this?
you know what I was just thinking as
Yeah.
I was preparing today? I was thinking, whoever doesn't know how to swim, guys, it's time to learn how to swim.
Swim.
Literally, we need to learn how to
Yeah.
swim. Remember, Pisces
Right.
to Pisces going
Yes.
up and down and this and that. We need to like swimming is going to be important. Swimming in the realms
Yes.
of
Yeah. Of the unconscious and yeah. Yes.
and connecting both.
Right.
Find yes,
And
there's
not the struggles, because they tell you when you're in the pool and you feel like you're going to drown, just sort of relax
Mhm.
so you could float. At least you could float for a few minutes, and then so you catch your breath, get your bearings. But if you start flailing about, I say this from experience. I almost drowned. I was saved once actually from drowning.
Wow.
Yeah, literally pulled me out of the pool. Did the whole thing. So, because
Oh my
I got into a
God.
deeper part of the pool and started flailing and went down. But I was able to signal that. See, luckily this guy was on the chair, on the lounge chair, and it's like, "Are you okay?" And I remember saying, "Mm-mm." And then I remember, next thing I remembered, I was on the side of the pool
Oh
getting the water out of me.
my wow.
So, you know what I mean? But because I was doing all this, you know what I mean? So and I know how to, I know how to swim. I'm not a good swimmer, but I know how to float. But because I was caught off guard and I wasn't expecting the pool to drop down to that level, I freaked.
You freak. Yeah. Yeah. So see, there you go. So this panic mode, we come into panic, so we need to kind of, instead of panicking, this is a great example. This
Yeah.
Piscean energy just
Float
is
on. Yeah.
telling us you need to float. Like it just don't
Yes.
fight the currents. Don't fight.
Right.
Just float and get the information you need to move on.
Yes.
Um, it's going to
Yes.
be very deep. Um, deep. I made a note. I heard. I think Rick Levine said it, or somebody. Deep rumbling from unconscious.
Ooh. Ooh.
Yes, that was his words. Um,
Yes.
that's what Piscean energy means. Deep rumbling from unconscious. Very interesting.
It is.
Yeah. Uh, yeah. So what do we have? So first, Moon in Libra during the weekend. So Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Moon in Libra. Moon in Scorpio, Tuesday, Wednesday. Um, Moon in Scorpio. Yeah. So that's going to be another intensity with this water
I was going to
energy.
say, Moon and
Yep.
Scorpios are intense. Yeah.
Yes. So you're going to have that thing. And then on Thursday, Moon is going into Sagittarius. So Thursday, Friday, and next Saturday is going to be in Sag.
Okay.
And then we're going to meet. So we're going to see. But then, we have this third quarter Moon in Sagittarius. We need to kind of say thank you notes and see what we explored, what was the adventure, what did we learn, what is Sagittarius taught us, what is that we believe in. It's also connected with Pisces energy. So and Mercury is going to square Jupiter on Thursday as well. So that's definitely it's going to we might overstretch our imagination. So we just be careful, because we might go over the board. Also, I would watch what is said on the news that day. I wouldn't believe a thing, to be honest, on Thursday. Not that I
on Thursday.
believe other days. Yeah, not that I believe what's happening other days, but let's say on Thursday.
But even more so that day. Yeah, even more so that day.
Yeah, because Mercury is in Pisces, so it's talking about dreams and visions, not real. And then Jupiter in Gemini is just all over the place. So when they go together like this in a square,
it's gonna be a lot of tall tales being told, and
yes, not my best combination.
This is probably a good time for a short story, but there'll be a story. Yeah. It'll be a story.
So that just have that in mind. That's all I'm gonna say. So overall, it's not a bad week. It's just it's a week of change. We are now switching from Aquarius to Pisces, new season. This is the last season of the winter. We're starting spring and new astrological year as well after this. So this is kind of really wrapping up the astrological year, wrapping up. And it's going to be eclipse season coming. So there's a lot of things happening.
The eclipses are coming, yes.
Yeah. So
Mercury
I can't wait for May.
Yeah.
So we're going to talk about it. We're going to have a show about Mercury and Venus being retrograde at the same time at the same signs.
Wow.
So that's really something. And of course, we're going to have Saturn. So think about, guys, it's so fascinating. We're going to have Venus going from Aries to Pisces retrograde, Mercury going from Aries to Pisces retrograde. Later in the year, we're going to have Neptune going from Aries to Pisces retrograde, Saturn going from Aries to Pisces retrograde, and eclipse. We're still going to have one eclipse in Aries before they totally go to Pisces.
Wow.
So there is a lot of Pisces Aries energy.
Yes.
And think about it. Pisces is closures, Aries is beginnings.
Yes.
Pisces emotional, Aries is very active and driven. This is more receptive. So I think we will need to blend.
Yeah. Well, we can need to actually be in the flow, so we can not just be, get stuck.
We need to blend both of our individuality, our drive, our passion with our sensibility.
Yeah.
We need to find a balance. We're going to have these opportunities. All these retrogrades are giving us opportunities to finish up, to blend, to consolidate these energies and to start a new, fresh thing. And I think Neptune Saturn conjunction in 2026 will definitely push it as a new start. This year,
you froze for a minute. You froze for a minute. So say that again. What you just got finished saying?
All this energy between Aries and Pisces retrogrades are giving us opportunity to finish up, start new, and then I think the new birth is actually coming next year when Neptune and Saturn are really going to be conjunct at 0 degrees Aries next February. So in
0 degrees is always
exactly.
Yeah. Okay, so a calm year, then an easy year next year. No, I'm just joking. I'm being very facetious. These years will be also such a unique signatures these years have had since 2020. Well, maybe before that, but.
JeMaja, I know we always try to make something funny, at least to end this show with something funny. And I saw the other day there was a meme or something, or somebody made it there's like a kid. It's 2060, and kid is learning history, and he's trying to figure out what the heck happened in the beginning of 2020. He's like,
I know. Yeah, it's just I mean, it's going to sound made up. It's going to sound made up.
I was just gonna think, poor kids
I
in 40
know.
years who are gonna learn about the history of these times. They're gonna think,
Yes.
what are you guys talking
Yeah,
about?
you
How we
guys, yeah, this can't, that's not true. That's, you guys made this stuff up. I'm like, no, no, we didn't. Well, I won't be here. But anyhow, we did make this stuff
Yes.
up. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
So I thought it was really funny, to put yourself in the shoes of somebody in the
Yes,
future thinking about what
yes,
is happening
yeah,
now.
yeah.
You know,
But I think the reason why they'll think it's so strange because I think by then we'll be in such a better place.
yes.
They'll be like, "There's no way you guys could have been living like that and going through that." We'll be like, "Way, yes, yes, we were."
Anyway,
Oh,
I thought that was really funny, and I thought, yeah, this is something. So, as that Chinese proverb says, may you live in an interesting
interesting
times.
times. Yes, and we are. And we
Yeah.
are. And and
And
then for those of us, hats off to all those of us who volunteered to be here,
yes,
present on the planet, to
yes,
do our jobs. So I started to realize I came down here not for a vacation, obviously, because I thought Adrian and I always talk about, we talk about how, we once we got to a certain stage in our lives, like 50s, that we want to get in our chaise lounge and just chill out. And the
yeah.
universe said, "Oh no, no." I was like, "Really, universe?" I said, "Yeah. Did you look at your papers? Did you look at what you,
Time
you
for
know,
yeah.
yes, what you signed up for?" Yes. So you know what I mean. So, but that's why I
Yeah,
said, okay, I'm gonna do this right because I'm gonna take when I go, I want to take a break. I'm not coming back down here to deal with you guys again for a while. You know what I mean? You guys wore me out this time.
uh,
So,
I
so,
I would also advise people who are open to it to
yeah,
go and use this Piscean energy to actually explore previous lives. If you want to go to hypnotic regressions or family constellations or shamanic work that you do,
it is
connect
good during
those,
this time. Yes.
find somebody who could help you, guide you, because I think you're gonna feel and be open to more than usual to get the message you need to get faster, better message. I know it just sounds maybe ridiculous,
No,
but I feel that it's
not ridiculous at
um,
all. Not at
uh,
all.
you really get, so use this next couple of, because you can't do much. You can just work on yourselves.
Yes.
You can't do much in outside world. There's not that it's not a good thing to start anything
Hmm.
product, like anything long-term productive.
Right.
Too many things are happening. We need to kind of
Yeah.
clean it up before we start.
Right.
So
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, yeah. So, before we forget, before we close too, I'm doing my meditation on at Zoom, but I'll do like a preview on Instagram. But
Okay.
the one that I invite for everyone's free. It's the last Monday of the month, so that's the 24th at 8:30. So
Okay.
we'll have a little talk, and then we'll do guided meditations together, a
Okay.
couple of short ones. Won't be a long experience, but just want to let everyone know. So, but I want to, if you want to participate in the Zoom, be sure to send me an email to soulworkevents
Okay.
and then I'll send you the link but I'll do a little short preview on Instagram. But typically a
Good.
meditation of the nature that I offer may not be the best platform as Instagram Live, but you get an
Okay.
idea of what it will be, and then you could, if you want to, then you could
Perfect.
jump to Zoom, and I'll do that a couple days ahead of time, so then you can make a decision what you want to do.
Perfect. That sounds beautiful. Lovely.
And stuff.
Excellent.
So,
Good. Yeah.
but
We'll meet next Friday. Next Friday is 21st. So we're gonna meet and we're gonna talk about Mars going direct and the new moon next week. But
yes.
this is a preview
You gave us
for
a
this
lot.
upcoming.
Very good. This
Yeah.
preview was so helpful. I mean, I appreciate one of the signs I don't know enough about was Pisces. You know what I mean? Because Pisces, so I really benefited from this. And now that you told us all that we all will be Pisceans for a bit in
Yes.
the energy, whether we like it.
Yes.
So it's good that we embrace this and know what what we signed up for again,
Yes.
any kind of thing. So thank you for that.
Yes. Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. I think it's good. I think we all need to find that part of ourselves. I was just thinking when I was doing this video about the North Node shifts, I was talking to people. Think about what is
Thanks,
fate for
Renee.
you. What is
What
fate?
now?
What is fate for you?
Fate.
So think about what does that mean for you?
Right.
So just think about it.
Hmm.
What do you believe in? What is higher consciousness for you? What is higher power for you? What do you believe in the sense?
Yeah.
But what does faith mean to you? What does having faith mean to you? That's the
Yeah.
number one question.
Yes. And you know what's right now I think happening too, why we feel a little bit unmoored, is that a lot of our belief systems are changing now. We're questioning things.
Yes.
We're exploring newer things that perhaps weren't raised with necessarily, outside of our familial, ethnic, social, country, whatever. So that's also, so we're seeing things differently. And so it's, we're all almost like we're pioneers. We're pioneers
Yes.
now, I think.
That's a good point. And, obviously, democracy as we know it is not working the way we
No.
imagined. Just like socialism, when Karl Marx came and the idea didn't go
Yes.
in practice as
No.
they wished for or whatever. So
No.
I'm just saying sometimes we need to adjust,
Yes.
and that's why these things are happening.
Yeah.
Uh,
And the
Imagine
adjustment's
this,
not
guys.
easy. The adjustment's not
Yeah,
going to be easy. It's hard to
it's
adjust a big moving system like
yeah.
that.
But
No?
think about 250
Yeah.
years ago. Just
Yes. Yes.
250 years ago, people couldn't imagine having a ruler that is not a king or a queen,
No.
somebody else ruling. And then these new nations came, then the revolutions came, and
Hmm.
things changed, and there were no kings and queens anymore. It was a huge shift
Oh,
mentally.
yeah.
Imagine,
Yeah.
imagine living in those times. Like you have kings and
Yes.
queens, and all of a sudden there's no kings and
Yes.
queens.
Yeah.
So the same things, the government as we know it, the people, how the world is governed, is
Hmm.
dying.
Hmm.
Just like kings and queens are
Yeah.
dying,
I
right?
call it sunsetting. So it's sunsetting. It's come to a less than
Dying.
graceful conclusion, less than come to a graceful conclusion, and it's not easy, and it's always raggedy looking and doesn't feel good, but it's going to end.
Yeah.
It's going to end,
Yeah.
and something new will come in and better because each
Yes.
time we've done this,
Yes.
like even democracy in all
Yes.
its field,
Oh,
it
it
was a
was,
term. It was
yeah, it was
still better
better.
then. It was still
No,
better then.
absolutely.
So, but
Absolutely.
we're all responsible for that, or we'll all contribute to the new, to the
Yes.
whatever's coming in, as well
And,
as the dismantling of it.
yeah. And in 250 years, there's going to be another revision of what
Yes,
we create
yes,
now because it's a
yeah,
circle of life and
yes.
it's
It's a
normal.
cycle,
But
right?
right?
Yeah,
So yeah, so so think about that. Think
yeah,
about that, the kings and queens of our society now are dying.
right.
Who we worship, there's Hollywood, there's
Hmm.
actor, that all entertainment business,
Yeah,
the governments,
right.
bunch of stuff that we worship now and put on pedestal,
Hmm.
and people who
Hmm.
govern us. So it's changing. That's all I'm gonna say.
Changing.
It's definitely changing. So what we make of it, what's gonna happen, how are we gonna run this world? It's up to us.
Yes.
So
And then when you have your new book out, that'll be a contributing,
I
guide
will.
for the next generation. Absolutely.
Yes. I
Hmm.
will work on it for sure because it's important to
Yeah,
put
it
your
is.
voices out there. Yes, you're right.
Absolutely.
And you should
So,
your short stories as well. You have to put them out there.
yeah,
Make it happen.
yeah.
Let's go.
I just take my stories. I'm a storyteller. My life is sort of like, people laugh at stories I tell about my life because they think that's funny, but it wasn't funny when I was going through it. But I have some funny experiences that are funny now
Uh,
that I've lived through them.
I
But
I truly believe, like people think I'm funny, but I truly believe that each life could be a movie and it will be
it's
interesting. Each and
absolutely.
every person,
Oh,
people say, oh, nothing's.
yes.
Trust
No,
me, if you
no.
go deeper, each of us
Yes.
have so many stories that can be
So
a
many
great
stories.
movie. Each
Yes.
each and every,
Yes. Yeah.
maybe if you didn't, if it wasn't famous, maybe if you didn't do anything, but so many great stories.
Yeah.
Um, I have a new colleague at work, and she was just telling me, she's 60 or something now, and she said when her kid was 6,
Right.
they had a daughter. They sold everything they owned, and they traveled the world for a year.
Hmm.
Can you imagine? Just
Wow.
what a imagine that instability. Just they
Yes.
had 3 bikes, dog and daughter, and they went all around the world. And then they settled in Australia and lived there for 14 years. And now they came back to US just in December. But it's so interesting. Like,
That's a lot
so
of
imagine, guys,
that's a lot of
right? So,
Sagittarius over there. That's whoosh. All right.
but this is now what is definitely what is happening
Yeah.
now. I was thinking about when she was telling me the story. This is now the
Yeah.
time you need to sell everything
Yeah. Yeah.
and have that faith and just go. And and she said that the experience her daughter had just
Mm.
learning about cultures and people and what,
Yes.
like, it was priceless,
Priceless. It is priceless. And you bring a point to
right?
mind.
Yeah.
The treasures we hold are really within. I mean, I have things wrong. Don't get me wrong. I like my trinkets and my doodad
Yeah.
gewgaws around the house. I love my, you know what I mean, my crystals and so on. But I realized if I had to grip and go, you know what I mean, that I have, other than a few crystals I take with me and my cat, I'm good. I'm good. That's why I tell my aliens, come get me. I only need a few things. I'll travel light and
I,
stuff.
I love how you talk to aliens all the
Yeah,
time.
come get me. I mean, I'll pack light. You know what I mean? See, when I'm missing, you guys will wonder. She said she would go. You guys will know. That's where I'm going.
Oh,
So,
I love it.
but
I love
you
it.
have a good Valentine's Day with you and your hubby
Thank you.
and your
You too.
dog and your son.
Thank
And
you.
everyone, thank you for joining us, supporting us
Thank
every week. We really appreciate everyone who listens to us and sends us questions and comments. So next
Yes.
week
Have a
we'll
great
go over
weekend.
something else. Next week we'll go
Yes.
over whatever. Yeah,
Mars going direct and the new moon.
new moon,
That's next
perfect.
week. And then that's
Yes,
the next week
but
agenda.
you
Wish
gave us a
every,
lot to he gave us a lot to chew on this week. He gave us a lot to work
I'll
on and to be
try. My
aware of.
Gemini, my Gemini brain always gives you something,
You gave us homework. We got homework is what you did. She thinks she's slick. You
I'm
gave us
sorry.
homework.
Well, enjoy your homework then.
Yes, sure,
What can I say?
yes. And stuff. So, and everyone, it's everyone to stay strong, but use this time to, nurture yourself.
Yes.
Of whatever ways
Yes.
that to get yourself, strengthened and batteries recharged, and have some fun and laugh. Put that left brain when you
Yeah.
can. Tell it to have a little vacation, and yes, the right
And
brain.
listen, I would advise everybody to listen your chat with Anne the other day on your
Yeah.
other Alchemist and Astrologist channel.
Yes.
Go there, listen to that because Anne gave tips how to do your
Yes.
moon for every sign, and this is exactly what you need to do at this time. There you
That's
go.
why I asked her to do that. So that's so important. We
Yes.
all know it, and I ask all the time. I said because we always get something else out of that to help us do our moons, and it's foundational. We need to know how to do that to keep us. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
that's
okay, real
important.
sister. All righty.
Love and hugs to everybody. Thank you, JeMaja. I love this. This is
Me
this is
too.
my soul food for soul every week. To be honest, it
Oh,
is.
thank you. It is
Yes.
for me too. For me too. And thank you so much. And have a great weekend, everyone.
Bye,
Bye
guys.
bye.
Love
Bye bye.
and
And hugs to
make me a collaborator and save
I
it.
will.
Bye bye.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Exactly. Oops. Okay. Okay.
Bye.
Bye bye.